Day one, transmission from higher self. One is the symbol of oneness, and it is the cause of everything, as well as the effect of everything. There is only one love, one God, one energy, one principle. You are one with it. And as you hear these words, you will go through the filters of your body. And your body is in existence because you have decided to experience separation from the one. Even though your body couldn't exist without the ether, the energy from which it was created, for you are a creation of the one, which doesn't mean that you are lesser than. You are an experience in the material world. Your soul agreed and was excited, delighted to come into a body and experience life on a planet where you can choose cause and effect. And yet, at the same time, you remain and you keep the oneness that you are, and therefore you can be the cause of your existence and override the cause and effect and the laws of this planet, for you are the children of God, and God can be really changed into whatever means something to you. Good, life, love, compassion, higher power. And by that, you are holographic, meaning that you contain within yourself everything that is within the whole of the universe. So some of you might wonder why on earth, and we like that play on word, would you decide to incarnate in a body on a planet which has so many hardships, because as you forget who you are and you experience separation and you're in a planet where you can exert your free will, literally every case scenario is available to you. That is exactly the reason you are excited to come. The choice, the freedom to be an individual experience of the big, of the one. How can you experience anything else but what you are? Even in your world, this still applies. If you fundamentally believe in certain qualities about yourself, in certain definitions that you've been given throughout your life, how can you experience something else? It is extremely challenging to grow beyond the definitions of who you are on your planet, although you can, because ultimately only truth prevails. So you are delighted to come and experience what it means to be in a body. Let's stop there. What does it mean to be in a body? It means that you have a sense of self, which is independent from the rest. And that self can experience the rest as something slightly different. You can experience food. You can experience movement. You can experience ecstasy of sexual encounters and sharing. You can experience connection of deep love. You can experience the opposite of all of this. And as a matter of fact, you will experience the opposite of many of these, because that's what takes you back to the truth of who you are. What do we mean by that? How do you know love? By experiencing it. How do you know the opposite of love? By experiencing it. What do you gain by experiencing things like grief, things like shame, things like anger? Every time you go through an event that is steeped into one of these emotions, it brings with it the opportunity to understand, to detach, to feel it, and to know that this is not the whole of who you are, and therefore expand your inner sense of self. And what it brings as well is the reverence you feel for others who go through the same emotion, the same difficulties. For how can you fully understand somebody who is going through grief quite deeply if you don't know what grief is? Oh, but we understand all the emotions. You do to a certain level. But a concept in the mind doesn't have the full intensity and flavor of the embodiment of the experience. Therefore, you have come here to be embodied and to become the embodiment of all the experiences that your life has to offer. And somewhere along the way, many of you have lost their connection to the whole, and that was by design. Again, you came here to experience separation in order to fully explore your connection to yourself and expand into your wholeness. Some of you might be thinking right now, oh my God, this is crazy, this is nasty. This is a judgment that from a higher level, a level where you are not in a body, you would never, ever experience. There is no judgment, no good, no bad, no right, no wrong. Just the understanding that some in bodies, embodied, lose their way to a point that they have very little left in their identification to the whole, even though they are still one with everything. It is just an experience which would be the same as being in a dream, where you fully believe you are the dream, and yet you are dreamed by the dreamer. So, what to do with all of this? As it is day one, remember who you are and know that your ego mind will not feel comfortable with what we are saying. Therefore, every time you can, drop into your heart and feel that sense of expansion, knowing that whatever happened today, yesterday, in your life, or just now, is not the whole of who you are. And if you can, just step back a little and witness it and bless it with love. Already you are transforming your sense of self by bringing in that vision of source, being the source, and source allowing or being the container in which it creates. And that would be the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and you become the experience of source, just collecting data, experiencing itself. That's all it is. Obviously, this will only happen when you can master your emotions. Because in your dimension, emotions are the fuel for creation. Let's repeat that. Your emotions are the fuel for your creations. Whatever you experience as an emotion, feel. Your feelings are an energy of creation. That will be day number 2. Let's stop here. You are one. You are the I am. You are the source. Just close your eyes and feel that sense of expansion, reminding yourself that the universe is a friendly universe. Namaste.